What was polite 30 years ago, but is considered impolite today?
I'll blow my cigarette smoke the other way while you eat dinner.
My life flashes before my eyes when I don't expect company and someone rings the doorbell.
No immediate communication for a few days due to lack of widespread cell phone use and instant messaging. It was normal to just go a couple of weeks without hearing back from a friend or even a few days without talking with a close friend or family member. If someone didn't answer the phone, the assumption was that they simply weren't home and would get back to you within the next couple of days, not that something was wrong.
Placing an ashtray on the table during a kid's birthday for the smoking guests.
Stopping by a casual acquaintance's home unannounced, simply because you were in the neighborhood.
According to my daughters, a sentence that ends like this, apparently, to a generation younger than my own, the trailing dots imply annoyance or sarcasm, whereas to me, they're just the written equivalent of thinking out loud and leaving a question or thought hanging for possible feedback.
One thing that comes to mind is answering machines. Back in the day, it was considered super polite to leave a detailed message, but now, with texting and all, some folks find it a bit much, like, just shoot me a quick text. You know, times sure have changed.
The post says 30 years 1993, but my mind instantly went to the 1950s.
Giving a kid candy without asking that kid's parents.
Asking about someone's weight loss. I've gone from 250 pounds to 180 in 6 months, and nitrogen monoxide one has said anything to me. I finally asked my friends if they'd noticed, and they said of course, but they didn't want to offend me by asking about my weight loss.
Using an ellipsis. Somehow it's gone from being a signifier of an unfinished sentence to a passive-aggressive attack on the recipient of the email or TXT message.
Reading news, sports, etc. while people are visiting. Was thinking about this the other day. I go to my grandparents' house and my grandfather would spend half the time reading the paper. Perfectly acceptable. I look at my phone a few times and it's rude.
Phone manners used to be a thing, literally, an etiquette that society used with a certain cadence. I'm 40, and remember it being a thing. When I call my 7'6" buddy, I notice he adheres to it. I do my best to keep up my side of the interaction.
Calling instead of texting. Generational, obviously. But nearly everyone I know my own age 30 groans as soon as the phone rings. But would happily text or meet in person?
In Spain, a guy giving to kisses to a girl, woman you do not know. In a close personal, social situation it's still okay, but in a more formal setting, especially professional, it's rightly considered a bit too intrusive and unpolite. Used to be the norm though.